and the crowd goes wild.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We have an exciting vlog ahead of us. Today is the Miss Spelman pageant. I didn't go last year, but I went the year before that. It's usually really hard for me to get up, but I promised Chantal I would go with her. So you guys are in for a treat. Go ahead and keep on watching if you want to see the next 2018-2019 Miss Spelman College. I don't know if we are on time or if we're late. Hey, Tal.
We're extremely late.
Oh, your hair looks so... I can actually see you with the shortcut like that.
You can?
Yes, the way that you have it like
keep
that.
saying I should do a pixie. I get like 25.
25, that's the age of a pixie for you?
I think so, because that's when you're considered like an auntie.
Girl, no, you're considered an auntie when your sister has a baby.
Really?
Yes, when you're an actual auntie.
I don't think so.
Well, you ain't gonna catch me with a pixie anytime soon. 25 or not.
She could do a pixie. She just don't want to.
I know my face is too big for her.
I got my nails done today. Spelman blue.
Oh, I hear them screaming. Looks like it's starting. It started.
She
minute, girl.
When I dare to be powerful, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. So here I stand, afraid. Then even my beautiful Spelman colors, my name is not the heat, but to you, for a place where our fundamentals are as sweet as Georgia. Now you want me to have heart and not the best giving you disease. Then crown me as your next Miss Spelman.
Please just get me through this process, God. It's just been so hard doing everything by myself and have no one who has done this before helping me. Lord God, I pray that they see something in me. Do it now, Lord. Please.
Dear Miss Dickerson, we regret to inform you that your acceptance decision into Spelman College has been deferred. Please submit any additional information that you feel will strengthen your application. A final decision will be made by the beginning of April.
My hands are lifted. My heart is ready to receive a blessing from you. A blessing from you. Oh, my hands are lifted up. My
this lady sing the blues. Lady Liberty is a black woman, furthermore, the birthplace of a nation of men, her furnishes yours, courtesy. White houses forged from Negro fingers and stitched ancestral tapestries from miles of pure cotton twine. Generations drink the lemonade sweetened by her bare hands. Lady Liberty is a black woman who witnessed the descendants' demise. Bodies of the oak trees like ornaments, strange fruit, twisting lifelessly in the wind. Haunting wind chimes in the hazy fall. When the centuries-old death knell of a crackling rope today echoes each and every time a gunshot. Lady Liberty, she's a black woman whose spirit knows no bitterness despite the nasty bite of injustice that festers inside inherited wounds, history steeped in the soil of her hopes and dreams from only her soul and true freedom around. Children play the rightful place in this land, 40 acres at a time. Lady Liberty, she's a black woman. Prosperity built in her scarred spine, along with sorrow and salvation. She awaits the day troubled waters reach the brim. At last, her cup running over, quenching a centuries-long thirst for deliverance, nourishing the seeds she's been saving this time.
so cute.
Leaching us of our vitamin. possession, left him searching for it for 9 whole months, until it appeared in front of him on the face of a freshly born baby girl. I am his legacy personified. My mama looked into that face and saw her mother and her mother before her. Saw Harriet, Fannie Lou, and Angela, the latest chapter in a long line of women who refused to be silenced. In fact, my mama knew to craft these lips with the capacity to inspire, make them full enough to handle the earth-shattering ideas and songs of protest ripping from them, a joyful noise to the world. Our mothers see so much more than shadow beauty in us. Where the world sees malevolence, our mothers see majesty. Where the world sees super predators, our mothers see love personified. Where the world sees the hulking monsters that force Wilson and Zimmerman to draw their pistols in fear, hands quaking and hearts hard. Our mothers see divinity, hear angels weeping. Our mothers see God. Our mothers knew to find elation in the smooth landscape of our brown skin. The story of our people's resistance plotted out in the expanse of our palms. One day, I will pluck my daughter from my wildest daydreams, just the way my mother found me floating in hers. I will let the secrets of my body mold her to be everything she needs to inherit the stars. Those same secrets passed down to me from a woman who knows no constraint to restraint, whose recipes of resistance she wove into my very DNA. Name her Hosanna, so that every time she utters her name, the world will know the sound and shout of a black woman's victory. I will give the same birth I will give birth to the same freedom cries my mother heard in the ultrasound. The sound of chains being broken, the news of deliverance, the taste of a miracle. I will give birth to a revolution. I will give birth to a revolution. My mother gave birth to a revolution.
Let's go tonight!
In life, we have a careful approach for how we want things to occur. And we use the same approach with filming. We know how we want things to transpire, and what order, and how they're supposed to be done. Therefore, we devise this little scientific method here at Spelman. First, we make an observation. We come into Spelman observing the environment, the people, watching their interactions, and most importantly, taking in how we fit into the atmosphere. Then we ask ourselves, how can I make an impact? What are the ways I can leave my mark here at Spelman? So we hypothesized that if I come to Spelman, planning my life step by step, then everything will happen in due time. And from this hypothesis, I have to choose this major because my parents said so. Get a perfect 4.0 GPA. Join 6 prestigious clubs while being on e-board at 5. Have 3 time-consuming jobs. Get that dream summer internship at your favorite Ivy League. Don't forget, you have to go to the gym 4 times a week. Have a phenomenal social life. And above all, everything has to look effortless. But it failed. It didn't go as planned. What happens when one day everything just falls apart? When everything doesn't go as planned? When all your hard work doesn't achieve the desired result? What do you do when you feel like you're the only one struggling, drowning in the sea of success? What do you do when you fail? Well, you should take a step back and analyze. What did I do wrong? Instead of putting too much emphasis on our downfalls, we should tap, think, act, progress in regards to failure. First, we think, did I walk in my truth? Did I execute God's plan?
certainly what I'm doing is truly meant for me. Next, we act. You make a decision to change something. Maybe I don't need to be involved in every organization. Maybe I can take one summer off after a long, productive year. Finally, you made the change and now you have to live by it. Which for me at least, it's the hardest part. It's funny how, in retrospect, I thought I was making the path to success. But really, I was using all the wrong ingredients. Because this time, I'm not gonna do everything on my own. I believe solely in myself. I focus on my passions. I prioritize true happiness over the appearance of happiness. Oh, trust and believe I'm gonna cut out things that aren't for me. I remember why I truly came to Spelman. And hopefully, I'll finally and transparently become me.
That's good.
Wow, she made science on the stage.
The hardest thing to do is accept that you have failed, but you have to move on. But once you make the conscious choice to tap out from stresses, from rumors, from disappointments, from your own self-hate, you have a new plan. There is no clear science behind a true, authentic Spelman woman. But that's the joy of it. Because everything is a science experience. And you, Spelmanite, are no exception.
That's good.
Jessica Ardell Dickerson. And Jesse Brooks on July 9, 1997 in Alexandria, Virginia. And is a proud stepdaughter of Clarence Canon. Jessica knew God's plan for her would be a journey less traveled, and that he gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. Jessica's life completely changed when she was admitted into her top choice, Spelman College, making her the first.
Doing well and highly blessed, Jonna. Thank you. Please pick a question. Your question reads, the immigration debate rages on, building a wall along the Mexico border, establishing sanctuary cities, deporting 11 million undocumented people. Do you believe our country has an immigration problem? I'll repeat. The immigration debate rages on, building a wall along the Mexico border, establishing sanctuary cities, deporting 11 million undocumented people. Do you believe our country has an immigration problem?
Thank you for that question, Jonna. I don't believe our country has an immigration problem. I believe that America is home for the free, and that people who want to find refuge here are welcome. Thank you for that question.
Is a proud daughter of Floyd and Colette Dexter. She is a junior at Spelman College, living from the small city of Chesapeake, Virginia. Ariana is working towards completing a Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology while minoring in creative writing. During her time at Spelman College, Ariana has been actively involved with many on-campus organizations, including the Honda Campus All-Star Challenge Physical Team, So Psych Psychology Club, Sci-Hi International Honor Society, and the Ethel Waddell Geeky Honors Program. She was recently invited to join Spelman's chapter of Phi Beta Kappa Honors.
Hello, Ariana. How are you doing this evening?
I'm wonderful, Zaire. How are you?
Doing well. Please pick your question. Few issues in the United States are more polarizing than gun ownership. The argument really heats up after major tragic events such as the Parkland school shooting. What is your position on gun control? I repeat, few issues in the United States are more polarizing than gun ownership. The argument really heats up after major tragic events such as the Parkland school shooting.
What is your position on gun control?
Thank you for that question, Zaire. While I understand that several Americans are very dedicated and hold dearly their Second Amendment rights, I believe that we must first and foremost put the safety of our people at the top of our list. And by doing that, we should control gun use and outlaw certain assault weapons as well. Thank you for that question.
Oh, that is smart.
She was born on February 24th, 1997, in Shreveport, Louisiana. At an early age, it was evident that Alicia had a life mission and deeply rooted passion for helping others, as well as advancing herself through scholastic achievements. Her scholastic ambitions have brought her to Spelman College, where she is currently a junior, majoring in health science and minoring in public health.
Hello, Alicia. How are you doing this evening?
Just darling, how are you?
I'm blessed. Please pick your question. And your question reads, what do you feel is the greatest challenge to the Spelman sisterhood? How will your platform address the challenge? I repeat, what do you feel is the greatest challenge to the Spelman sisterhood? How will your platform address the challenge?
Thank you for that question, Brelynn. I believe the greatest challenge to the Spelman sisterhood is comparison. Oftentimes, we look at each other and lose focus on our path. Because what is for you will always be for you. And my platform, He's a Blue, is basically to say embrace your shame because you're one in a million.
From the #1 HBCU, Alana hosted to Harvard Law School. With an aim to create economic Alana has chosen to pursue a career in corporate and business law on her own consulting firm. To continue to give back and work in the community, Alana desires to consult for nonprofit organizations.
Wonderful this evening. How are you?
Thank you. I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm doing well. Please pick a question. Your question reads, sexual harassment has been at the forefront of recent headlines. Why is it important for men and women to work together in tackling this issue? I repeat, sexual harassment has been at the forefront of recent headlines. Why is it important for men and women to work together in tackling this issue?
Thank you for that question. I believe that it is vital that we work together because it is not just one-sided. When we work together, we're able to stand in confidence and know that our stories matter, and people are able to be comfortable in that. Thank you for that question.
Amber Victoria Hunter was brought to the grandmother and father, Tia Robinson and Ozzie Hunter, on February 13, 1997, in Washington, D.C. At 2 months old, Amber Hunter and her family moved to San Diego, California, where she has resided throughout the entirety of her adolescence. At Spelman College, Amber had a goal of being the best Spelman sister she could possibly be. Her freshman year, she joined Sisters Keep It Real Crusades Incorporated, an organization founded by her.
How are you doing this evening?
Well, and yourself?
Doing good. Please choose your question. What are the ways you can encourage solidarity around campus? I repeat, what are the ways you can encourage solidarity around campus?
Thank you for that question. I can encourage solidarity around campus by getting to know everybody on this campus in order to understand their plight as sisters. That way I can push them to get to know each other instead of judging each other. Thank you for that question.
Eva Gabrielle Dickerson. A living symbol of the love. She was born on Valentine's Day of 1997. Eva grew up in Columbia, Maryland, but feels that the ancestors called her to Atlanta because this is the place and community she was meant to serve.
Hello, Eva. You look stunning this evening. How are you? Thank you. I'm feeling so loved right now. Please take a question.
Such a sweetheart. Oh my gosh, so sweet.
One of the biggest challenges facing our society is social and economic inequality. How do we narrow the gap between the rich and the poor?
Come on, sis. You got this.
One of the biggest challenges facing our society is social and economic inequality. How do we narrow the gap between the rich and the poor?
Come on. Take your time.
I believe very strongly that we cannot talk about class without talking about race. The gap that exists between the working black class and the white ruling class exists because of slavery. The only way that we will fill that gap is remuneration for the harms done to the black race. We need reparations.
Is a daughter of the Thompson and elite class. She is from Pageant, Georgia, and likes to classify herself as a Southern belle. At a young age, Janai dreamed of going to Spelman College, and she made it happen through perseverance, hard work, and motivation. That same mindset carried over into her undergraduate years at Spelman College. Her freshman year, she
Good evening, Janai. You look beautiful this evening. How are you?
Thank you. I'm blessed to have you favored. How are you?
I'm doing well. Please put the question. Your question reads, what experience in your life do you believe makes you best equipped to be Miss Spelman College? I repeat, what experience in your life do you believe makes you best equipped to be Miss Spelman College?
Thank you for that question, John. The experience in my life that makes me best fit for Miss Spelman College is being a resident advisor at Abbey Hall. I have learned a lot and I have grown a lot, and I want to provide this for the Spelman community and give back the best way I can. Thank you for that question, John.
Alright y'all, so it's the blue hour. I can't stay. It's great. The ladies are doing amazing, but when they have a little blue hour or whatever, it's like they have an hour of like intermission. And we went to the little room and they're having a little party. Oh my gosh, tried to get a little cupcake. The cupcake was nasty. So now I'm pissed and I gotta go. I'm mad just because the cupcake wasn't good, but we're gonna go eat at TGI Fridays. But I'll let you guys know who the crowning court is. So sorry I can't get the crowning moment, but I'm hungry and I got to go. So don't hate me. Bye.
Saturday night is lit. Please make it home.